Urgent care facilities have revolutionized the way we get medical treatment. But a startling study suggests that nearly half of antibiotics prescribed at urgent cares are unnecessary. The statistics, however, don't tell the whole story, so our investigative producer, Leslie Marcus, hit the street to uncover the overprescribing practices that could put your health at risk.
These days, urgent cares are the fast food of medicine, and it seems like there's one popping up on every street corner. In fact, you're probably one of the 160 million people that visit an urgent care every year. But studies suggest these places are passing out antibiotics like candy, and I want to see how pervasive this practice really is. I made a map of urgent cares throughout the city that I plan to visit, and I'm going to tell them that I have the same symptoms. I'm feeling pretty lousy, I have a terrible headache, and some congestion. But the truth is, I'm not sick at all. I just left the first urgent care behind me, and I thought it was strange that at the front desk they offered me Botox and other cosmetic treatments that I could have an appointment for directly after my urgent care visit. I saw a physician's assistant for just a few minutes who ran some basic tests, and I left there with a prescription for antibiotics, and I was also offered vitamin injections to boost my immunity. And I got this brochure as well for some Botox. This urgent care I just visited was advertising laser hair removal and fat loss treatments inside. I met with a physician's assistant for just a few minutes and left with more antibiotics. I'm off to the next urgent care to see how quickly these places are to prescribe me more antibiotics. I just left the third urgent care where they were advertising weight loss surgery at this clinic. The doctor was actually the surgeon that prescribed me this Z-pack of antibiotics, and he wrote me a prescription for a nasal spray and antacids for my stomach for what he said was a sinus or upper respiratory tract infection. I have more urgent cares to visit, but right now my findings are pretty alarming.
Leslie joins us. This is not unexpected. What you experienced, I could have predicted this, but were you shocked? And you had other urgent care visits after this. What happened at those?
I was definitely shocked at how easily I was prescribed all of these antibiotics. I visited 5 different urgent cares, and I got antibiotics at every single one of them after basically a 2-minute meeting with
And you weren't sick, really?
No, I wasn't sick at all. This entire investigation started from a bad experience I had at an urgent care when I was really sick. So I went to a popular urgent care that a lot of my colleagues go to, and I saw the doctor for a couple minutes. I was feeling really lousy. I had a terrible headache, and he immediately jumped to the antibiotics. He gave me a shot of antibiotics. He gave me a steroid injection. I got a prescription for antibiotics, and then I also left with a prescription for tramadol, pain medication, which the doctor told me it's safer, it's less addictive than the popular pain medication on the market, but the BMJ new study says that actually is untrue. And so I started doing more investigating, and I found out that 10 other people that I work with went to that same urgent care and had the same sinus infection diagnosis.